Welcome, we're live. Welcome, everybody. Happy Friday. It's your boy Goo, my man, Mark Dietz Klodzinski. And today we are joined by a special guest, Mountain Vista window washing out of Boone, North Carolina, Mr. Rowen Todd. Rowen Todd, good morning.
Hold on. The dog's giving the, oh, damn it, I don't have it. Yeah, we'll get there.
Have it lined up for you. Rowen Todd out of Mountain Vista window washing.
Yeah, Boone, North Carolina.
Boone, North Carolina. Rowen, what is up, my man?
Yeah, like I said, I'm loving life this morning. I'm sitting here in my room, getting to look out, beautiful Appalachian Mountains, sun shining in. You know, it's a good day to be alive. So season's about to start up. It's good.
Yes.
It's good time.
Speaking of season starting up, what is your slow season? Is it just now like ending? Is it December until right around spring? How's it work for you guys in North Carolina?
Yeah, so we're here in the mountains, so we get a bunch of snow. We got a bunch of ski resorts around, and you know, in the winter, it's kind of like it's the vacation location for all the people from Florida and Charlotte. They have their mountain homes. They come up, escape the heat in the summer. So we're just super busy during the summer, and then fall we've got all these deciduous trees covering all the homes. We do a bunch of gutters in the fall, so we stay busy pretty much until right after Christmas. And then we've got a small commercial route that kind of helps limp us through January and February. But as soon as March comes back around, we start hitting it with golf clubs, getting them ready for the season, and people who are, really on top of it, trying to get stuff looking good for the tourists coming back.
So nice. So you have deciduous trees. What about the deciduous? Like, do they not drop their leaves?
Yeah. So the evergreens, and we got a bunch of rhodos. It's easy to get lost in rhodo hell if you're taking a wander through the woods. But
Frodo took the ring all the way to the Mount Doom, so that was pretty cool.
Rowen, have you had an opportunity to check out any of our episodes yet?
I briefly scoured your page, but honestly, I've been just jumping into work and going hard and having a really good time diving back in after the convention. Just feeling super excited to, be alive and be a window cleaner. So
it's a great time to be a window cleaner, right?
You could be a septic pumper guy with the shit truck. I had a guy once. He was pumping my dad's septic system. I said something about being a cook or whatever. He goes, "That's a stupid job. I would never do that." And I looked at him. I looked at the shit tank. I said, "Really?" And he's like, he got it. He's like, never mind. But window cleaning, it's an awesome profession. You get to be outside with the mountains and the squirrels.
My whole team is obsessed with the septic trucks in Boone for some reason.
Really?
Every time we see them around, we got triple T pumping. Everybody starts screaming. They're like, "Blast the horn!" Yeah.
What if their horns actually sounded like that? That would be pretty impressive.
Yeah. That would be awesome. Or like a flush, but that's something.
Yeah. Nice. This is our new $1 million idea.
Yeah.
It would be a great advertising campaign for the septic trucks.
Yes.
That would be a great one. It's almost like wrapping your truck. If you just make a fun sound to it, it would be even better. The kids
replace that annoying backup beeper.
Yeah, whatever happened to the La Cucaracha horn? Did somebody patent that and just shelve it?
No, so actually my father-in-law has what does he have, a 37 or 40-foot motorhome? It's probably a 2024, 2025, and he has that on his motorhome. It's a so yeah.
That's awesome.
It is pretty rad.
If your father-in-law has a motorhome, why aren't you ever riding around in that damn thing?
Because I don't. Yeah, dude, that's a lot of responsibility, a lot of money, a lot of headache, a lot of stress. That does not sound like fun to me. That sounds like a stomach ache.
Yeah.
I like to be, the name is streak free for my business, but stress free is how I want to really live my life. So yeah.
Borrowing your father-in-law's motorhome would definitely be a stressful weekend.
Yeah, that just sounds like I can already, now it's just making me nervous thinking about it. Yeah.
All right, we'll change the subject. What do you got going on today and this weekend, Rowen?
Today and this weekend, recovering from, just touch back on motorhomes for a moment. I actually spent the last month and a half before the window convention driving around the United States in a camper van And
Cool.
so my girlfriend and I, we went coast to coast and then all the way to Florida for the convention. So getting settled in this last week. And as far as work-wise, I'm jumping into, we're adding on a new truck this year. So getting that outfitted with all the proper pressure and soft wash gear, trying to do a little bit of that. And also trying to remember that it's okay to we're getting 70-degree days here in the middle of March, which is absurd.
Yeah.
And remembering to go jump into the woods and go on a few hikes and enjoy why I live here, So
Yeah. Get out there before the bears wake up.
Doing to jump into the weekend.
One of the reasons we wanted to have you on, Rowan, is first and foremost, I really appreciated that you were the first guy up this couple weeks ago when they had the window cleaning, either the speed competition or the medley or whatever. You were one of the first people to go. And I know that's got to sometimes be the first guy to go is a little bit nervous, probably make you a little bit anxious. You looked like you were having a blast while you were doing it. And I found it to be just awesome, kind of inspiring. And it put a big smile on my face. And I was able to snag you immediately after you got done doing it. And
I thought that was funny. Yeah.
Well, you were super, it made me happy. I was enjoying myself. You look like you were enjoying yourself. And I was like, I got to find out what it is that makes this dude tick. And part of the reason, what I was getting at it before I started even asking the question is, Mark and I have seen you at multiple conventions. What are the conventions? What do they mean to you? And one where you just had the best time?
Yeah, so I'd say, boy, I've been coming to the conventions, I guess, now for, I want to say 4 or 5 years. And so I was introduced, I actually was a scholarship recipient for the first convention. So I ended up driving all the way to Las Vegas whenever that was happening. I think it was 2020, because I remember the Sorbo squeegee that I got. I think they had Las Vegas 2020 written on it there.
Nice.
And so that was, just opening my world up to, I've been kind of in the mountains, a little lonely place in Boone. There's not a bunch of window cleaners around, small town, and then all of a sudden, oh my goodness, people do this all over the place, and there's a huge community here. So I ended up meeting Sheila during that, and the crazy connection that happened there was that Sheila's daughter is going to school in App State in my town, and so Izzy, her daughter, started working for me, and so she's been with me again roughly 5 years. She's about to graduate with this amazing photography degree. We're super excited for her.
Cool.
But yeah, being able to jump into the mentorship and the community there was really incredible. And then the competitions just always seemed like a lot of fun to me. I love getting up there and slinging some water around and having a good time. Such a fun environment with everybody, cheering you on. And I've always got a little bit of a competitive streak in me. So it's always a fun time.
For sure, man. That's awesome. And like I said, Deeds and I were talking about you yesterday, and he said to me, man, I've seen that cat everywhere. And I was like, I know, man. That's part of the reason I pulled him aside. And because every time we kind of acknowledge one another. We're like, hey, hi, whatever. But that's happened 10, 12 times now. And finally it's all right, let's just have this conversation. And I wanted to also bring up something too. You're a young man. How old is your business? How long have you been doing this? You're the, what is your title? Owner of,
I guess, legally president, but owner and technician. So.
Yeah. And you have a crew, you've got multiple trucks. How did it doesn't start that way, I'm guessing. How did it get to be where it is?
Yeah. So, I started this company sophomore year of high school, and I've been doing it about 8 years now. So cool. I'm 23 years old now. When I started, I was just, really wanted to get out and work and make some money, and nobody would hire me in my town. I was going, door to door, walking into every business saying, hey, I want to work. Will you give me a job? What can I do for you? Yeah. And we had a little local pottery shop said, well, hey, we don't have any need for extra help here, but we would love a window cleaner. I said, okay, I can figure that out. So very graciously of my father, he went out, he bought me a squeegee from Lowe's and a little 5-gallon bucket and, brought me back. I couldn't drive at that time. So he was like driving me to all my random window cleaning gigs around.
That's awesome.
And so that was the start of it. Probably charged him, $5. And, then I went back and walked into each of those businesses that had turned me down for a job. And I said, well, hey, I'm your window cleaner now, $10, I'll do your storefront. So that's how it all got started. And then it really started to, pick up and really take off when I joined the local chamber. And I went to some of those marketing meetings or, networking groups. I just walked into there and I put one of my cards in every hand of every person in that room. And at the end of it, the president of the chamber came up to me. He was like, who the heck are you? Like, we've never seen you before. Like, where did you come from? What are you doing? And I told them about my story, and they gifted me a free year membership with the chamber.
Nice.
And they did so much to really, my business being a success has been a huge community effort in our town of all of these local businesses and local people coming and like kind of lifting me up and, making Mountain Vista be the success that it's been today. So I really owe everything to, the community that I've been so fortunate to be raised in and, be supported by.
How long have you rocked the beard and the goatee? Has that been a while?
It's probably, I don't know. I've always wanted to have a more full beard, but it's coming little by little. I got a few patchy spots.
I'm 29 to 39 years old or so, and I still can't grow anything on the side. I can just do this, and the rest looks like crap.
Yeah, my father, he's got a freaking awesome big, bushy beard. So one day we'll see if it comes in. Hoping I get his beard, but not his hair loss. So
yeah, you don't want that. But I was just mentioning because you like represent like my favorite Jesus, like the older Jesus with the tuxedo shirt. Since like I like to party, instead of the 8-pound baby Jesus.
Yeah, people all through school, they would call me Mini Jesus because I'm a short guy too. I'm not the typical but I'd wear cargo shorts, sandals, rocking the long hair. Yeah, people loved it. It's kind of like partially.
It's definitely a good look for you, bro.
Yeah, it looks good. I love the hair. Jason wants to know what kind of hair conditioner you use.
I actually don't condition my hair.
Good. I don't put it in my head either. I don't have much hair, but I don't need it.
I definitely do. I rock some moisture conditioner. That's for sure. It's got dry air out here in Phoenix. You got to have some of that curl action going. You got to have that moisturizer.
Today's episode is brought to you by Pantene Pro V. Pantene Pro V, the moisturizing when you need it.
Speaking of Pantene Pro V and great hair, let's give a shout out to all of our great haired friends in the room. Tyler Levi Smith, Damian, Grace is in the building, Mike Matthews, Craig Hensel, the one and only Frank Rave says good morning in 777. Let's see here. Nick Anderson, Codrine is in the building. I think he's in Europe right now. I'm not sure where he's at.
He's going back to Romania, I think.
Yeah, Codrine, if you're still watching, let us know where you're at. Our buddy Chris from Freedom Window Cleaning, who was on Wednesday, is in as well. Chuck D. Kylie's in the house.
She's in my house, too. I'm in the house today.
Kylie's in Deed's house. Uh-oh. Yeah. Eric Leonardo's in the building, too. And, yeah, that's it, man. We got a bunch of people popping in. Squeegee Tom. Sweet baby Jesus. Yep. Deeds is 29 to 39 years old. He can't make up his mind. He is no longer 29. He is no longer 39 either. He's somewhere not even in between.
Somewhere up here.
But he's going to leave it in there. Yeah. Ori Klimas is here too. So, yeah. Downtown Bucharest. That's where Codrine is at. So we have a guest from in Bucharest, and Frank Rave is in Haarlem in Amsterdam. So we're worldwide, baby. International.
Awesome. Look at that.
International, baby. International. That's one of the coolest things about doing this show is we get some of our friends from all over the world, not just the States. And it's kind of like what you were mentioning earlier, Rowan. Like, I had been cleaning windows for a long time. I had no idea that there was any internet community. I didn't know that. I don't watch YouTube. So I had no idea that there were people telling people or trying to teach people how to clean windows. And I got to my first convention and I was like, holy shit, there's a lot of people here.
Mind opening, yeah.
It was mind opening. And I've told the story before. The first convention I was kind of nervous to go to. I didn't really talk to anybody. I brought my wife with me for like moral support and backup. My wife. I brought her in for some moral support and some backup. And I got accomplished what I went to do that first trip. Then the second trip, I set another goal. I accomplished that. And then the third, it just keeps going and going and going. And I find that these events are awesome for us to go to.
You plan on the huge?
I was just going to ask the same question. You plan on making the trip in August?
Sorry, you said what?
No, it's Sphincter says what? Are you going to the huge convention in August?
Oh, the huge convention. I have not decided yet. I was there last year, and definitely I did the mastermind trial group, and that was super interesting. I would definitely be curious about joining that again. We'll just kind of have to see it. The huge convention's kind of poor timing personally for my life.
Yeah. Sure.
Our busy season and all that. But secondly, it's also my anniversary and my girlfriend's birthday. It's all like right in that stretch in that week there.
That's hard to do.
When I was coming back from it, I had for some reason gotten a crazy idea to do driveway sealing with like tar and stuff.
Sure.
Not what a window cleaner should be doing, but I was like, it's got a squeegee.
There's so much money in there.
And so I couldn't find anybody that would sell me tar locally because I'm up in the mountains here.
Tar, man. Need some tar. You guys got?
I drove my girlfriend's Subaru to the huge. I found a dude there that was helping me load 5-gallon buckets of tar into the back of her Subaru. And I'm like, well, we've talked about like what it would take to end our relationship. And if I spill 55 gallons of tar in the back of her car, that might just do it, But thankfully,
that would have sealed the deal.
Yeah.
Well, you could turn tar into water or into wine. It'd have easier to clean up.
True. Why didn't I think of that?
Man,
done.
Well, I need to hang out around y'all more. You got all these great ideas.
So that's what I was going to tell you earlier. That's why I was asking if you watched the show or not. We have a little bit of dry humor. We talk a little window cleaning. We talk a little of everything.
Talk a little smack.
Definitely try to pitch that humor in whenever we can.
Which reminds me, kids, don't smoke crack.
Don't smoke crack and don't look for black.
A water boy. Yeah.
And if you would have looked tar, you would have found a different kind of
tar.
No tar in the car. Want to give another shout out, John Schroda. Good morning. Squeegee Chick is in the building too.
To every window cleaner out there, don't go play with tar. It's gross.
It's out of our wheelhouse. Yeah, paver sealing, or not paver sealing, but like asphalt top coating. There's so much money in it. My mom lives in New York and she's got an asphalt driveway. Her neighbor's got asphalt driveways. And I asked her, she's like, well, they can come do it at the end of the summer. They're so booked up. I'm like, holy shit, I need to move to New York and just do like not paver, but the asphalt top seal coating. Because it's crazy money in it.
Slurry and seal.
Yeah, push it, step on it.
Want to give a good morning also to Eddie Stewart. Good morning, Eddie. Happy to see you, buddy, and glad that you're here today. Oh, and Rowan said, I'm out. He can probably still hear us.
Microphone. Or sorry, no, his camera is out.
All right. Well, we'll keep going. I don't know if he can hear us or not. Rowan, can you hear us?
Sweet good morning, baby Jesus.
Good morning, Eddie Stewart. He's like, nope, I'm out.
With your small, beautiful baby hands. Fix his computer. Amen.
We didn't even make fun of AI this morning. What's the deal?
Dude, you can't do that. You know what they're doing. They're coming for you. You just wait. When Skynet evolves. All right, he exited the chat. He should be back. Unless he's not. Mm-hmm. But
so what are you doing today?
Today I have to go power wash or pressure wash the deck of my neighborhood pool. Bink, he's back.
Oh, cool. He's back.
Changed his background. I like it.
I did. Yeah. So moved a little bit closer to the Wi-Fi.
The Wi-Fi. Yeah, I'm in the garage and I've got a refrigerator between my Wi-Fi and where I set up my computer in the garage. So it's always like, It's like stupid, so I hate it. So I might start filming in here because it's a lot easier.
Yeah, we've
and I can
got
sit on my ass.
our Wi-Fi tower it's called the Wizard Tower, and yeah, our password's Pondering Orbs, but it's downstairs with the guys that live underneath us, and so my room's got the worst of the Wi-Fi in the whole house, but that's how it goes.
It happens. Do you ever buy one of them Wi-Fi range extenders?
I bet I could if I was, didn't have a vendetta against the machines. Like,
no, that's smart. You don't want them in your house. Can you just repeat your password one more time for everybody in the back, just in case they're flying through Boone and they want to download some Pandora?
If you're flying over, look for the Wizard Tower and ponder some orbs.
Connect it, yeah. Bam. See, I've got my internet's here, but I've got like a stupid sticky note covering my password, but the robots know it. I can't hide it.
They all know.
How far is Boone from Charlotte and from Winston-Salem? I don't know geography.
Yeah, so Boone is like an hour and a half west of Charlotte and like an hour and a half north of Asheville. Winston-Salem is probably like 2 hours. So Boone is, if you got like North Carolina, you got Tennessee up here. Or sorry, not Tennessee, Virginia up here, Tennessee this way. Boone's like right in the corner. So it's like a 10-minute drive to Virginia, 10-minute drive to
nice.
Yeah, Tennessee. So
yeah, it is dope.
About as close as you can get to still pay North Carolina taxes.
Yeah.
Are they good or lower there or something?
No, it's worse. Tennessee, you want to be in Tennessee. They have no income tax over here.
No taxation.
That's dope.
Yeah. Well, that's what sucks about New York. Everybody lives like the Lamborghinis. They live in New Jersey and stuff like that because of the taxes in the Northeast are just crazy. Like Florida has no income tax. Texas has no income tax. But North Carolina, New York, give me some.
Oh, yeah.
Give me that. Give me some of your money.
You got some good roads, though. So I guess that's
road
right.
ads. Yeah, you got to pay for that.
Yeah.
Squeegee Chick says he's got the rage against the machines. That's funny.
Squeegee in the name of.
Dun it. So we asked when you briefly had to go off. I asked Deeds what he's doing today. He said he's got what do you got going on?
Yeah, I do pressure washing, Rowan. I'm like a 60% pressure, 30 windows or gutters in there somewhere. But I've got a giant pool deck for my neighborhood pool. So I've got to move 109 chairs off of the pool deck, pressure wash it, post-treat it, and then move the shit back. So I've got a good 4 to 7 hours today, but it's a beautiful, overcast, crappy, cloudy day. So I'm glad that's happening. It's only going to be 85. So, what's your high temperature today?
I think high temperature today is like, I want to say 70, but honestly, I don't check the weather. I just kind of let Mother Earth do whatever she's going to do. Like the team will always be calling me being like, well, it's supposed to rain tomorrow. Are we calling it off? And I'm like, I don't know, man. If I wake up in the morning and it's really shitty out, like we won't go do stuff. Otherwise, we're going to go try,
It's like Jesus take the wheel, and that's it.
You got it. So.
I love it.
I don't know. There's not too much. It did kick me in the butt during Helene happened up here because I didn't check the weather. I didn't know that it was happening at all. So I didn't stock up. I had nothing in my cabinet. I just woke up in the morning. I'm like, oh, damn, the weather out here is like for real coming in. And then, yeah.
Well, if you don't have food, you got loaves and fishes. Just, you know how that's the parables.
Dude, I like the way you operate, though, Rowan. That's kind of like how I used to be able to do it, but now I'm a little older and I do check the weather and I try to plan out or whatnot. When I was younger, I used to, in between jobs and whatever, I sold auto glass for a couple months, and I worked at like chip repair and that bullshit at the car wash. Mm-hmm. And man, what a. Anyways, you know it's gonna rain. You call off because no one's going to the wash if it's supposed to rain. So I was always praying for rain because I hated my job. Do
you have you ever worked in a mall kiosk, Jason?
Not a kiosk, but I worked when I right out of high school. I worked at Sunglass Hut, and I worked at another place called Pacific Eyes and Tees, which is basically like Pacific Sunwear. I've had multiple retail jobs in my life. Where were you going, Deeds?
I just wondered. I kind of had you pegged for a mall employee at some point. I've worked at a mall myself. But I was thinking you were like in the center kiosk, but no,
I worked at it. So I magically ended up at a Sunglass Hut, and it was directly across the hall, like from the hot dog hot dog on a stick.
All those, you don't put it in a bun.
I was in just out of high school, and you got all those girls who are 17 to 20, and they're bouncing up and down on the lemonade. Yeah, it was not a bad view.
You were like Bill Murray in Caddyshack. Okay, here she comes. And then I go. Cleaning your balls.
Cleaning
For
your
some
balls.
reason, I feel like I imagine you in like the airport at one of those like emergency cell phone repair stores.
Yeah.
I'm constantly on my phone, just hating life. Yeah.
I could see that too.
Have you worked? I mean, I know you clean windows at an airport. Have you ever worked at a kiosk in the airport, like Rowen said? No, never. Okay. Just had to ask.
No. Have you had Rowen other than like this gig? Have you had any other? Has anybody ever paid you, filed taxes for someone else, or has this been your only gig?
This has been my only thing. It's
that's awesome, man.
Way to go, bro.
To the man.
I worked for 2 days at Jersey Mike's in Boone.
Cool. And then
they fired me. They
Too much meat on the sub.
More responsible. So I said, all right, well, good luck to you.
Ski gas and giving ham.
Yeah, exactly.
And now we just got their contract to clean their windows.
Sweet.
Shove it, Steve.
You're gonna pay me a week.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you said, hey, you won't hire me, but guess what? You'll hire my company, and now I clean your windows.
So Luke, the window cleaner, did a video yesterday talking about storefront cleanings, how much the price, all that crap. Since you do storefronts, do you do a customer card on file, or do you like give me money? Like,
my commercial route, honestly, is just a disaster.
Sure.
I only get paid like half the time from the people. A lot of them are folks that I've been doing since I started, and it's kind of more just like a goodwill thing. Give my team something to do through the winter. It's not something that I like make bank on. I do have some clients. I got some cards on file, some people that regularly mail me a check, some people that pay me cash whenever I see them. It's a little informal on the commercial route. Most of what we do is the residential side of things, and we just get after the job. So
I lived in a ski town in New York, so we had Canadians flocking down to their winter homes. So I get it. You got a lot. You're very busy for a couple months a year, and then it fizzles out into mountain biking and stuff.
Mm-hmm. We do have some good mountain biking in the area. There's a little place, Howard's Knob. They got a sweet pump track and some good trails around. This area is freaking awesome.
You're a nature guy, huh? Big time nature. Do you like to camp?
Yeah, big camping fan. Do some. I'm actually the instructor coordinator for a organization in Florida that does. It's Florida Earth Skills. So once a year we have a kind of like the convention, but for people that want to get together and learn how to do flint napping and start fires by rubbing sticks together, and people that are like really trying to reconnect with nature, like learn how to do the magic that I can perform as Jesus. It's a great place to teach Jesus skills.
That's exactly right. Jesus was a carpenter and he used his hands. And if you can't flint nap with the leather on your leg, what are you doing? This is the 21st century, so we've got to get with the times. We got to relearn flint napping. Everybody has to. Arrowheads, darts. Let's do it.
Rowen, you're
that's
awesome,
really cool.
dude.
Yeah, we'll bring some flint nap squeeges to the convention next year.
Sweet.
Rowen, you are out of sight. You're a good guest. This is good shit. Indeed, you're on fire today. What has gotten into
3 cups of coffee.
I was just gonna say, what's in your cup, bro? I want some.
No, I lied. I actually used Pantene Pro V moisturizing conditioner on my hair today, so I feel a lot better, and it helps me get through my day.
Dog, you're on fire. I am here for it.
Well,
so, what do you have? You said you mentioned your girlfriend, a couple employees. What is your staff like? How many PM? What is your, I'd say, percentage rate from resi to commercial these days?
Yeah, great question. So my staff is mostly, we've got it's transitioning right now. It's been a lot of like college aged kids, a lot of my friends I just hired and said, hey, you want to come clean windows? And sure. Yeah. Now it's transitioning more to I've realized I need a little bit more of a stable workforce. So getting some older guys, some folks that are more, adept with the ladder skills and trades work in general. So that's kind of what we're transitioning to, is less like fractional part-time people, and let's get a more solid base of full-time folks. We've got just yesterday I hired our second female technician, and I'm super excited to bring her on the team. I think she's going to be a badass. And we got my office manager, Kiana. She was actually at the convention with me. I brought 4 of my team down to the convention this year, and
awesome.
Some good training.
That is pretty impressive, dude. I mean, you said you started this as a sophomore. You're 24 or so, 23, 24?
Yes, sir. 23.
And you brought 4 people. So you took 5, yourself included, 5 of you down to the convention. You've been doing this for 8 years, and you're just getting bigger and stronger every year. That is pretty impressive, dude.
It's pretty awesome. I'm very excited. Yeah, it was
as
super
you should
fun. Taking all the team down there, it was great. I got them a hotel room. I stealth camped in my car in the parking lot, and it was a really good time. So
that's pretty gangster, dude. You should be extremely proud of yourself and extremely proud of your team. That is outstanding. And you had one of your employees with you doing the medley competition, correct?
I did. Yep. So I signed all.
He took that shit pretty serious.
Oh yeah, he's serious about his stuff. He's funny. He's got his rail kits. He goes, and every time he finds a window that's a different size, he cuts a special rail to fit that window, and he puts them all in a bucket and carries it with him everywhere he goes, so that next time he finds a window that's that size, he's got a perfect one pull on that window. So dude's he was cleaning windows in Asheville way before he met me, and he's super anal about his window cleaning.
That's cool, man.
Does a better job. Is more passionate than I am sometimes. So.
That's awesome. It's nice to have people similar to yourself, that are on your squad. And so I didn't hear what you said. You just brought on another one. So how many employees are you at now?
So we're trying to run 3 vans of window cleaning this year, 1 van of pressure washing. So ultimately our team will be roughly 10 full-time people through the summer. Winter, we'll probably drop that back to, 4-ish. So.
Awesome. And do you travel? I know it sounds like you do some traveling, some stuff like that. When you travel, do you bring any of your gear with you?
So I've actually got this crazy pipe dream documentary that I've been wanting to do for years.
If you will, it is not a dream, dude.
Are you all familiar with the term rubber tramp or leather tramp?
Yep.
Yeah. So it's like traveling the country. Rubber tramp, you got a car, you're just dirt bagging it across. Leather tramp, you're walking, got some leather boots. All right. New documentary, squeegee tramp, going town to town, cleaning windows until you make enough money to make it to the next town to make it across the country.
So Deeds did something.
Accepting sponsors. So.
Yeah.
So
I did something kind of crazy.
Something like that on foot, and then I did something like that last summer in the vehicle. Deeds, where did you start?
I started in Ellicottville, New York, which is north of Bradford, Pennsylvania, about 10, 12 miles. So I went from Bradford, Pennsylvania, across Pennsylvania, took 3 weeks, all the way to Philadelphia, and then Philadelphia down to DC to Richmond. And I'm looking at my map. I just lost it. I was in North Carolina. And I stopped at a couple places, obviously, but I was trying to think of the one place. I was camping out. Damn it, there's Virginia. I was camping out in Murfreesboro. Mm-hmm. And then I went down to Greenville. Halfway, or the second day of walking from Murfreesboro to Greenville, I pitched my tent. And long story short, a bear ended up coming. Okay. And I just pierced an orange, and I was going to eat it, and I heard so I big black thing, holy shit. So I threw all any food I had out, and I didn't die. But there are a lot of black bear in North Carolina.
Yeah, the bear populations are pretty intense. I used to lead some backpacking trips with youth groups, and it was always, people don't make noise. Y'all got to get all your stuff out of your tent. We had somebody get their backpack drugged 100 feet off into the woods because they left a granola bar in there, you know. So
sure, hell
it's
yeah,
real stuff. So.
But yeah, I want to go back to the rubber tramp thing. As he was saying, I did this walk. It took me 8 months, and what you just said about the going place to place with the squeegee and stuff. I'm working on a project right now with that exact theme to it, and you nailed it right on the head. I'm like, holy shit. But yeah, I support your endeavors and stuff. You know, like I do, that the world is huge, it is grand, it's big, and there's a lot to see. And
well,
people are generally good.
On the road, squeeging store to store, let me know. I'll come join you for a leg, and we can do some
cool
together.
Yeah, it was something I did this past summer, and it was fun. I didn't do as much cleaning as I would have liked, but I was able to clean in New York, New Jersey, DC, Asheville, Charlotte, Winston-Salem, Crossville, Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, a little bit in Arkansas, some in Kansas City, and then in Denver. But it was it needed to be a little bit longer and a little more, I needed to document a little better. But I had a lot of fun, and it was great to be able to connect with a lot of different people. And it was just, dude, I was 46 years old and I had never seen the country, and I was going through a midlife crisis, and it was exactly what the doctor ordered. Like, I was like, I don't know if I'll ever get another opportunity to do this, so I better do it now, because if I wait any longer, it probably won't happen. So it sounds like an awesome idea. And when people put their mind to stuff, anything is possible, as Deed said. So
if you will it, it's not a dream.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm definitely one day, maybe if I ever retire from this business, clean windows, I would still love to go do a grand tour, go work for a few weeks at all the different window cleaning companies that I really love across the country, and hang out. Love to do some high rise one day. It would be really fun.
That was part of it too. Is like I'm a local guy in Phoenix, Arizona. I'd never really been around large companies. Like, you have 6, 8 people, 10 people when you get your full staff going. My last stop had 28 employees. That one day that I was there with them, they took me to 3 different sites. There was 5 different styles of applications of window cleaning being done on the same day. It was like, it was awesome. I was just super excited to be able to get an opportunity to do that. Shut up, Fred. Sorry, guys. But yeah, I think that everybody who has a dream like that or a goal like that, just try and tackle it. And so what I want to do next time is try and do it like I did it in summer, maybe try and do it in winter, but on the West Coast or somewhere where it's more warm, like down south, like go across the south. And it doesn't have to be like a tremendous long trip if we're going to do it that way. You know what I mean? You could do a couple different spots in a short period of time and make it a little easier. So that's another goal.
Have you ever done the Appalachian Trail?
I've done sections of it, never committed to the whole thing. Did do about a 2-week section of the Mountain to Sea Trail. So I hiked from Boone to Brevard, which is a town a little south of Asheville. I went to school down there for a semester in high school. And so I actually hiked to my old teacher's house and just showed up there and was like, hey, just finished my hike. Y'all didn't know I was coming, but I'm here now. And they were very gracious and put me up for a few days and fed me. And they were like, you can't come in our house until you take a shower. But once you take a shower, you can come on in. So.
Hell yeah. Yeah. You get kind of grimy a day or 3 on the trail and, all that fun. But that's awesome, dude.
Yeah. At some point, you meet a special somebody on the trail. It's less of making love and more swap and stank. It's like.
Yes. I met my wife on the walk, and that's how that works. But so.
Swap and stank?
Yeah. Swap and stank. It's funny. She picked me up on the side of the road, and I had to change shirts because I was like soaked and disgusting. So I took my shirt off, threw it in the back, threw my backpack in the back. She took me to the hotel, showered and all that. Well, a week or so later, she's like, did you leave your shirt in the back of my car? Like, what do you mean? Because I was at the gas station. My car smelled like shit. It was terrible. And I realized there was a balled up, completely white, crystallized shirt in the back of my car that was stinking. She's like, I threw it out. I'm like, fuck, that was one of my favorite shirts. I couldn't find it. There it was.
I thought you were just telling me that that's where you met her.
Yeah, I met her in Houston. Yeah.
But
I was walking.
You're there. You were already married, right?
No, hell no. No, I was walking from Florida.
So you met her for the first time on your trip?
Yeah, I was in Louisiana, and she sent me a text like, "Hey, my name's Kylie. A friend of mine said that you're walking into Houston, and just
how the hell is this the first time I'm hearing this story?
I've got a long fucking story. Not everyone knows the story.
We've talked for over a year about this shit, and you never told me that that's where you met her.
There's so much. Yeah, her friend is like, yeah, this because she volunteered for Adopt U.S. Soldier, sending care packages out to vets. So I was walking for vets to raise money for a charity and whatnot. And so I'm like, hold on, so I called Lakewood Church. And they're like, yeah, we'll be in this weekend. So I was like, hey, yeah, I'll walk into Houston because I was going to go north. Because you want to avoid major cities and metropolis, because if you're walking through a major city or a bad part of town with a giant backpack on, A, you can only run 4 miles an hour away from them. And B, you're a mobile walking motel money bag for any homeless person or somebody who doesn't have a tent or a backpack, So
Kylie's a stalker.
No.
She stalked you.
Yeah, I guess so. She was my Facebook stalker, and I married her. Yeah. So yeah, you never know who you're going to meet online. It's just strange.
Outstanding. I can't believe that you just now. I'm not sure that I can.
It's a love story.
It's a love story.
It's a love story.
It's a good meet cute. Yeah.
Yeah. The story will be out someday. Someday everyone will know our story together. Maybe sooner than later. Sooner than you guys think. But yeah. I met her on the walk and had a great time. I got rid of my stank and everything was good. It was cool. And now I'm married with 3 kids in Houston, the last place I thought I would end up. Actually, the worst state in my mind because, it's Texas. It's huge. It's hot. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going back to D.C. or somewhere cool or like Savannah, Georgia or Florida. And then I fell in love. I'm like, I'm going to go move to Houston, try that out. So after about 8 years here, started window cleaning to have a son and, or pressure washing, window cleaning. So yeah, it's a very long story, guys. I don't have time in a podcast. Someday there'll be a book. Someday.
Oh my goodness. That's outstanding. Hey, Rowen, have you participated or done any articles for American Window Cleaner magazine? Are you a subscriber at all?
Not a subscriber and have not participated, but my company's been featured a lot in more local magazines and, publications.
Right on. You should get a subscription, brother. There's all sorts of good stuff in there. I've put out some articles. You seem like you might be a writer. That's kind of why I was just wondering if you like to if you like to scribe your stories. I don't know if that's you or not, but
not really for me. I'm not a big writer, not a huge reader. I like some audiobooks, but yeah, not somebody that gets into the traditional written literature too much.
Got it.
My girlfriend, she's writing a book right now, and she loves doing that kind of stuff.
You said your girlfriend's writing a book?
Yep. Her dream is to work in the library. And
no shit. So, yeah. I had a friend back on the walk who was like the guy in the van. She
pulled down the floor.
Anyway, so she would call ahead and find stuff out, but shit, what was the point of the story? What kind of book is she writing?
She's writing, it's a fantasy book about, spells and cooking and a bunch of good debauchery.
Very cool. Is there a wizard involved?
Probably at some point,
At some point, we'll see. We'll, cast, conflicts and resolutions, maybe some foreshadowing. No, hats off to her. I've been writing a book for 13 something years, and someday I'll finish it. But writing is hard. You got to sit down with your thoughts and then type away, and then, oh, look, a bird, Yeah.
I enjoy writing when I do it, but it's not something that I'm strictly passionate about.
Gotcha. It's hard to be passionate about writing because you're just talking to yourself.
Yeah, it can be. It depends on if you have a topic that you want to, lay out. It's like if somebody gives you something that you don't want to write about, then that's no fun. But if you're writing from your heart or from your head or an experience that you have knowledge on, it's a little easier.
Mm-hmm.
I like some poetry.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
I was going to ask you, when you are out resi or commercial? Do you have different setups, and what is your go-to setup? Like, what's in your bucket?
Yeah, so commercial, residential, it's the same thing. I don't really. It's too much random equipment to have a different kit for each different thing. We don't do enough of the commercial for it to really matter. So basically,
what do you sling?
Yeah, we use Eteray, and then I do have a bunch of sorbos that I've got some like part-time people that come in and take care of our whole commercial route for the summer. So I guess I do give them the sorbos for doing that work. But for most of our houses, we got water fed, Eteray, got I think it's I can never say their name right. I always want to call them Mormon.
It is.
But is it Mormon?
Yeah.
Okay. But I've got their buckets, and then I just use for like my belt. I went to Lowe's and got a nice leather belt from there.
Utility belt. Yeah. Awesome.
Been loving the Triumph razors recently. I got introduced to those recently, and that's been super epic.
Yeah, they help a lot, and their blades are solid. So I'd get down with Triumph as well. So. Is there one tool that you use most regularly that you couldn't go without, besides a squeegee and that razor, I guess?
Yes, it's the walnut scrub pads. Get those from Window Magic Supply and or ABC and or WCR. I kind of I spread the love around as much as I can. But
sure.
Love those walnut scrub pads. They make a world of difference for bringing up that quality for just a base clean. They're pretty much needed. So.
Do you ever just look at the walnut pad and be like, how the hell did they make that out of walnuts? Like, what's going on there?
Yeah,
what's going on?
So I give them to my clients, actually. I cut up the big pads and the small ones. I'll give them to my clients as for washing dishes and doing kind of stuff.
It works.
They love it.
And then you can just change it from the walnut pad to the white scrub pad. Bless it, and boom, and you got total coverage.
Yeah. What when you're doing water fed? Do you have a favorite brush head, or does your staff have a favorite brush head that you guys like to use the most?
I was using some water fed brushes that I didn't know really sucked, and then I recently borrowed a competitor's water fed pole for a job, and the brush he had on there was like, this thing is incredible. So I went and I bought all new brush heads, swapped them out, and I'm really loving I think it's the Gardner pole systems for their brushes, but I've got I've kind of got a menagerie of different random equipment. I probably should standardize it all at some point, but
no, if it works, yeah, and I think that too, you kind of need to try everything to find out what works and what doesn't. Because if you haven't tried it, you can't bash it. You can't say it. So, over the years, I've tried pretty much everything. There are a couple things that I haven't really messed with, but I don't do a ton of water fed either. But I still want to try all the brush heads and see what works. So yeah, there's all sorts of different stuff out there.
My water fed systems themselves, I've actually got a whole idea of I want to start building and selling my own water fed systems at some point. I've got this idea for the open source water fed. So essentially, I like being hands-on. I like tinkering, building stuff myself. I want somebody, even if it's not me in the industry, I think it would be super cool to sell like a kind of like a Lego kit for a water fed. Build it yourself, ship to you, a little bit cheaper because somebody doesn't have to assemble it. Just get the pieces, plug them together, and you're ready to
BYOC,
build your own cart.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that.
I've got a local guy who I do his interior cleaning. He's a water fed pole guy and a house washer. He's a pressure washer. So he subs me out for his inside cleans, and he's got his own Frankenstein cart that he's made. And so I've rolled it a couple times, and it is pretty damn heavy, but it's do it yourself, and it is doable making your own cart and stuff.
I like my cart way more than anything that's on the market because the ones on the market, at least for the mountains, they're meant for the flat ground. And when you're pulling a cart up and down a rocky mountain, you need a wide wheelbase with some thick tires. You know?
Yeah, you're gonna break a wrist or something like that. Or
so I live in the desert, and the reason I got my cart in the first place was because there's one particular house that's on the side of a freaking mountain, and it's a pain in the ass. I've almost broken my wrist like 2 or 3 times, so I feel you on that. Oh, hi, Kitty. I was going to ask, are you a cat person or a dog person or both?
I've got a dog, and my girlfriend's got a cat, and then this is my roommate's cat. This is Cricket or Big Cheddar.
Big Cheddar.
Yeah, he is certainly a big cat. He does not miss a meal for sure. Is he an indoor-outdoor cat?
Yeah, indoor-outdoor.
Cool. So we had a couple cats in the last 23 years. Floyd.
He hates cats.
No, we have
he hates his cats.
No, we have cats. Yeah, we've had multiple cats over the years. We also are dog people. I think it's one of the animals are the best, and dogs. I don't know, man. I wouldn't be the same dude if my dogs weren't here.
Rowen, have you ever breeded ferrets?
Breeded ferrets. Ooh. What the fuck? You know, I feel like that was a past life kind of thing. That was like
I'm getting that I bred ferret vibe. Yeah. Like maybe like Finland or something. Who knows?
Sounds about it.
Yeah.
My girlfriend's my dog keeps opening the gate. That's why he keeps running back in and out.
He's so sweet. So
we asked this earlier, but I was going to say, what are any big plans or fun plans for the weekend? Boom, boom.
Yeah, big fun plans is I'm trying to buy a vehicle to build out. I've sold a shit ton of pressure and soft washing stuff. I still don't have my machine built yet. And so not this next week, but the following, I've got like a big country club we're supposed to soft wash. Cool. And so I guess I need to find a truck and build my machine before that happens. So that's what I'm jumping into. I've been learning so much about pressure washers and soft washing, and the convention was huge for that. Definitely have a lot more to learn. So I might be leaning on you, Mark, to help give me some tips and tricks.
Just need a couple things. I mean, you don't have to go nuts with it. I've got for my house washing, I've got one gun that I use for house washing with 2 nozzles. One's a fan spray tip, and the other is one of those Kyle Davis shooter tips. And that's, I mean, essentially for soft washing a house or a building, that's really all you need is just like a shooter tip to reach out and touch it. And then also get yourself one of those remote smart boxes that can turn it on and off your SH mix, because it'll save you so much time.
Yeah, and I've got all the gear. I just need to put it together. I guess I need some more help on like the technique of doing some cleaning. In particular,
Sure.
I did my first surface clean driveway yesterday, and it kind of came out a little stripy, so I had to go back over it, the other way and stuff. I didn't use any chem on it, but definitely entering a new world of surfaces and chemicals that I've not really touched before this point. So
sure. Yeah. And same thing with Jason and everybody else who cleans windows. Like they're afraid of the chemicals and the soaps and stuff, because you can F up stuff bad if you're not paying attention.
I'm terrified of that shit. I don't want to have to pay money to repair someone's shit that I fucked up. I know that when I'm cleaning glass, the odds of me screwing something up are very, very, very minimal.
I leave the razor in the truck.
I try and hit, at least $100 an hour cleaning windows. Doing that driveway, I was hitting 250, and I still had to go over it a whole second time, So.
Well, just your secret is going to be in the sauce. After you pressure wash, you got those little lines. Get yourself a super sud sucker downstream injector, because you have your typical downstream injector, $20 on Amazon. Get a super sud sucker for 40, and that'll pull almost, I want to say twice as hot, like juice up. But what you can post-treat driveways, and you should post-treat all concrete, because you're basically scraping the mold off the bread when you pressure wash. You got to post-treat it to get inside the pores and neutralize the growth. No, I don't. A lot of guys online, like I've posted videos of me pressure washing without post-treating, and guys are like, "There's still lines there. You suck. You ruined it. Get your money back," because I don't film the post-treatment. If it's really black and nasty, a pre-treat is good, but in all intents and purposes, but you need to put the sauce down after the cleaning. That way it can marinate and kill all the black, and it keeps it cleaner longer. So it's a good upsell. Really the only. Go ahead.
do you pre-treat and post-treat or just post?
I just post-treat.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
and I've learned to walk a little bit slower. I've got an 8-gallon machine with a 28-inch big guy, so I just do. But you just lay down the sauce after you're done, let it dry, and you should be in shape. So
Super Sud Sucker. Say it 5 times fast, Deeds.
Super Sud Sucker, 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 Super Sud Sucker. Yeah.
How many days have you woken up, Rowan, and had this much fun before you even get to work?
Most days that I wake up with my girlfriend. So.
There you go.
Great way to start your day.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can come on anytime, buddy. You're a good cat, man. I dig your company.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to wake up next to me either, or Jason for that matter. But I blast you awake with the morning toots. So it's like,
yeah, he's a morning farter, that son of a bitch.
Hey,
I've gotten to share a couple hotel rooms with Deeds, and that's not the best part of waking up. It's
nope.
Not the Folgers in your cup, that's for sure.
No,
that's for
sure.
So what kind of rig you looking to get? Something new, something used? What are you in the market for?
Well, I've got all the equipment, just need to put it together.
Sure. Plumb it all up.
I'm going to commandeer my father's Tacoma and build it out in the back of that, but it's a little cramped for space.
Sure.
I was super excited. I found a Isuzu diesel flatbed down in Charlotte that I was going to go buy, and we'd agreed on a price, time. I was about to leave Boone. Dude blocks me. So kind of bummed about that, and now looking at some other options. There's one little it's an old Ford Econoline flatbed diesel that looks super cute, definitely like my company's vibe as far as vehicle goes, but it's a little bit more than I want to pay. I'm going to go look at it anyways and
take a peek. Sometimes you spend that extra cheddar, extra coin, and it's worth it. We have a friend of the show. You probably know Sean Hart. He was just out looking for a new vehicle. He picked up a new rig yesterday or the day before, and he was telling me, he's like, look, man, you can go a couple different routes, but if you spend the money, to get exactly what it is you want, then when you walk away, maybe it's a little higher, but you have exactly what you want and what you need. And sometimes what you want is more important than just getting the vehicle. You know what I mean? You're going to use it for a long period of time, so you might as well get what you need.
Yes. I am the walrus. No. Yes. You can, sometimes you don't get what can't always get what you want. You get what you need.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so. Something like that.
Something like that.
But are you rocking a 5 gallon, or are you going for the 8-gallon minute?
So I've got a 5.5 gallon per minute pressure washer, and I ended up getting the first off the line Udor soft wash pump.
Okay.
So we're gonna throw that on, give that a try. I'm excited to see that in action.
Cool. I've never used the Udor pumps, but with my research, so those have a tendency to break because they're all plastic, all the components a little bit. So just make sure, I guess, just being gentle with it. I've never used one, so I can't speak of it. But soft washing is important. You got to put down the hot sauce if you're, all the black stuff, if you've got nasty mildew and stuff.
Yeah, the main thing that sold me on the Udor pump, I got it from a pressure washing supplier. It was their trial one, so it was they just gave it to me. I'm gonna sell it to you cheap and see what you just gotta tell me how it works. So I'm gonna report back to him here soon. And it's got a warranty against bleach corrosion.
Okay.
So that was kind of cool. I'm definitely partial to
warranties.
I like that. So
yeah, warranties are good, man. That's why we purchase shit, and not why, but it's an extra added reason on when and why you purchase things for sure.
But I'm tired and fed up with the damn 12-volt pumps.
Delavan pumps,
yeah. I'm not doing that no more. I know a lot of people do it and love it, but give me some.
That's what I just use my Delavan pump to pump SH to the holding tank and stuff like that. I don't. For soft washing purposes, I use an X-Jet, which I just carry a 5-gallon bucket or roll around something big and spray the sauce everywhere. So definitely get an X-Jet if you're in the business.
Yeah, I have one. I tried that for a few years. So this is actually my second time trying to do pressure soft washing stuff. First time I got so incredibly frustrated that I just kind of gave up, and I've been contacting been out for a few years. And so giving it a second try with hopefully the right equipment to make my life less miserable while doing it. So,
yep. And that's the name of the game, buying your time. That's the same thing with that remote start box for the turning on and off the soap. I mean,
we got one of those. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like bringing towels when you're cleaning windows. Don't leave them all in the truck. Shove them in your bag because walking back and forth sucks.
And, so gonna be doing that this weekend. Maybe go on a hike. Got a friend's got a birthday party. Probably go hang out with him for a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. What about you guys? Any super exciting things you're working on?
Oh, today I've just got a giant pool deck. Yeah, pool deck today that I'm not sure how long that's going to take, but I've got a big guy and hopefully with no issues, maybe take a couple hours. And then I got a gutter cleaning this weekend. What do you got going on, Jason?
I am watching soccer. My kid is still not playing, but we have 2 games, one on Saturday, one on Sunday. It's one of my favorite things to do. Root on the kids, have fun. Weather's going to be outstanding. We got an early kickoff tomorrow. He has to be there at 8, so we'll probably dip about 7:15. Soak up some sun, work on that tan, just hang out, dude. I got some stuff to do around the house too. Nothing too spectacular, so it's exactly what the doctor ordered. I like to do pretty much nothing on the weekends. So
heck yeah.
That's about it. We're going to go ahead and start wrapping up right now, Rowan, but and because you haven't paid attention too much to the show, one of the things that we like to do is we like to give our guests a couple minutes to give some shout outs. If there's anybody in the industry, anybody out of the industry that you'd like to say thank you to or give a shout out to, this is a good opportunity to say, have a great day or thanks for what you do or whatever. So is there anybody in the industry or any of your friends or family that you'd like to give a shout out to?
100%. Few of these people that have been just, so important in me enjoying what I do and finding success in what I do is 100% Sheila Smeltzer, A+ Pro Services down at the beach in North Carolina, past president, absolutely an amazing mentor to me. Also, absolutely huge fan of Jeff and Megan Likes. They've been.
I was gonna ask about them too. If you were, because I kind of knew you guys are buddies. Deeds and I know them too, so that's awesome that you give them a shout. I'm gonna tag them in the comments right now. Go ahead. Sorry, bud.
Took Megan's bookkeeping class this spring and absolutely helped me, build out my budget for the year. Highly recommend.
Did she tell you raise your prices and triple your prices?
Yep, something like that. So
she knows her number. She's awesome.
Oh yeah. And Jeff's training program, I've been using that for a few years. Streak Free Academy. Yeah. Absolutely great for helping my teams get up to speed, even office staff. I run them through his course just to, get an idea of what we're actually doing out on site. Been super helpful to have that as a resource. And then more locally, shout out to the Boone and Blowing Rock Chambers of Commerce. They've been incredible in helping promote me and get me out there. Then of course got my parents, my girlfriend, all my friends. Got my personal support network. Then my team. Community is such a crazy rippling effect of you've got so many people that support me, allowing me to support other people. It's really cool. So the world's
got a good network
place, and there's so many people that mean so much to me. So.
It's wonderful that you get it. That you have some time to do that, reflect and thank the people that are the ones responsible for pointing you in the right directions and leading you on the right path. And that's one thing that we really, we try to do on this show. Jeff's been a guest on the show. Megan, we'll try to get on soon. I think they're just wrapped up a trip and going on another one or just getting ready to get to another mastermind of some sort. But I love following their journey, and there are some just amazing people, and it's cool you gave them a shout out. And it's great to have that family and that network of friends that you can count on. And I hope that you consider Deeds and I friends now too. That if you ever have anything that you're going through,
you got your back, bro.
Yeah, you can give us a shout. Pop in, tell your friends to check out the pod. We'd love to support and promote positivity, good vibes, and just overall love and kindness. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got such a dark humor in here. I've got to overcompensate by being really nice and positive all the time. Sick thoughts. Yeah,
little bit. Deej, you want to do, or you want me to go next?
Go ahead. I'll close this one up today.
Let's see. I would like to thank Bob the dog. Give him some love. Floyd, my pooch. No, actually, I'd like to give Zero, WCR, World Enterprises, and Sorbo some love. They treat not only Mark and myself with love and respect and just awesomeness, but they treat everybody the same way, which is something I dig. Got to give some shout outs to Kylie Klodzinski for putting up with Mark's ass all the time and putting up with my dumb ass and sending stuff over. So shout out to Deed's wife. Shout out to my wife who today. So you all changed times Sunday.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, we do.
you guys all suck because now I have to get up an hour earlier, and you guys do too, but it's weird. So you guys all stay on the same time, even though it transfers, it's still in the same time in your head, but now I got to get up at 5:30 or no, pardon me, 4:45 to do a show at 5:30. So I'm not liking that, but I will love the fact that I get to spend my morning still with all of you yahoos. Today, I think we had upwards of 20 people popping in and giving comments. And I'll be honest with you guys, if it weren't for everybody that comes in and shows us love and support, we probably still wouldn't be doing this. Deeds and I met in person last year at the IWCA Rowen, and when we left, we were just really bummed out. And we're like, how can we keep this morning thing going? And so that's why we started this show. And here we are, 150 some odd episodes later. We've interviewed, I think, over 60 or 70 people, and we just want to keep this ball rolling. So I want to say thank you to everyone who has supported us along the way. And yeah, man, let's just keep kicking ass and killing that glass and having fun and spreading that joy and love. So thank you, everybody.
Yeah. And thank you, Rowan, for coming on today. It's awesome to have you on here. Like I said, we've been seeing you for years. I think you were taking pictures, other events and stuff. So we've seen each other in passing and stuff, but it's good to have you on here and meet you. Thanks for everyone for watching. We appreciate your comments and suggestions and humor. Thank you, Chris and Alex at Zero WCR for their support. And yeah, just thanks everybody. Thanks for making it a great week. Go knock out this weekend or relax with your family. Next week, we've got Kaylee Armida with Zero. We've got Daisy DeVecchio and Tom and Josiah Wilson from Squeegee Tom Action. So we got a cool list next week. Be sure to tune in. Stay up and stay golden, everybody. Yeah. Change your rubbers.
And keep that passion bucket full. And if that passion bucket's not full, keep tuning in. We'll help you get that passion bucket full. We'll get that shit overflowing. Have a great weekend, everybody. And as Deed said, stay up, stay gold.